mission. Put pen to page like a petition. You were always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and peak the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll get with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos, while I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros. Do like you really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck violent in a place to be. If you really wanna party with me, ain't gonna be trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us, yo, we murder us. A lot of people is wondering and they curious. I mean, in my unit do it, it's so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others be walking around fearing us. Front, baby, like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry D.O. be playing us. 30 times a day to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all the be always serving us. All up in between they where they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Various, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, you stupid, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Fight the dust instead of you making the fuss. People know better cause there ain't no comparing us. Mad at us, yes you know better, we fabulous. Hit my people off with the flow, that be marvelous. My whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners with us, straight up warriors. When I feel it, then I know you be feeling so glorious.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
20, TX. Get set.
They'll start on the ground with Wright. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Ready, set. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Solo left Zion. Step.
Here's Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. Tua going to give this to Wright. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll run on first down with Wright. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there, handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Again on the ground, again it's Ward. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2. As they come up now, second and goal.
This is how the basement was like this all day.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Golden Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Right here, Strong. Walker.
Look,
Extra point by Butker.
bring me some whites, Charlie, on that.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Ain't nothing there. Go straight and give me a thing of white.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
Thanks.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll go again here with Wright. Pushes him aside at the 45. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little.
Tell them on that. Ain't no whites already open them stars. On my side, should have been some whites already open.
Down inside the 40.
Take these back. Should have been some on my side on my nightstand.
And they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Now here's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. They run it with Ward. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Mahomes going to throw. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain there of 21 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Christian Harris in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is caught. And out of bounds. Down at the 3. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all he can do is look forward, and they pick up a 1st down. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Golden Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Butker now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time it led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice
I haven't fed him at all.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Wilson's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll work the middle here with Wright. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On play action, here's Tua. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Watch it, Oscar. Solo left Zion.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Here's a 2nd and 8. Tua setting up shop to throw again. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
From the gun, it's Tua. Complete to Wright. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we?
This is ridiculous, man.
Is always on point, and now he's getting the ball.
Flag ain't even over there either. I'm talking
How
about
about all
not
the
even.
offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. They'll find Osborne here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Now Mahomes being chased out left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's Ward. Spinning away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Golden Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And they'll go right back to right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And a completion to Wilson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
All right. Cover 2.
Tua sets up to pass it. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
TX.
Now Tua. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mahomes now to throw. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On the ground with Ward. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ward. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Golden Eagles are able to add on to that lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Hey, 21 TA.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Point after here coming up. And the lead is down to 4. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. He may go. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Golden Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He completes it to Wilson. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
44, ready.
At the 36-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now he's loose again. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 73 yards. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. Tua going to try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Harris able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Here's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
21G, 21G.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Wright's got it. And they can't bring him down. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On the handoff, it's Wright. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Wright. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher, and all night long he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge third down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Wright, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have taken a fourth-quarter lead. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial first and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. He got 29 yards that time.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And his throw is
get that pick.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Second and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. That's complete to Ward. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. One more time for Ward here, and he's got it again.
Hard flash, bro.
And
Drop
he'll be
this
taken
shit.
down, but he does have first down yardage.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Thank you.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
We're going to get home for me to get a pick.
Very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and always pay the price.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the give, this is Wright. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
All right, come on.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Jalen Wright with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Dolphins will add to their 4th-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Ball 9, what time you got? Okay,
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Mahomes to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Here's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Kick. 7-3, kick.
Tagovailoa looking to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes again. And he'll take this into the end zone for the Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 88 yards. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after...
He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One final try from Mahomes. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is going. As time has run out on this ball game. Getting into the